Everyone talks about falling in love like it's the most miraculous, life-changing thing in the world. Something happens, they say, and you know. You look into the eyes of your beloved, and you see not only the person you've always dreamed you'd meet, but the you you've always secretly believed in, the you that inspires longing and delight, the you no one else really noticed before. That's what happened when I met Kit Godden. I looked into his eyes, and I knew. Only everyone else knew too. Everyone else felt exactly the same way. Summers were spent in swimsuits under t-shirts and shorts, so we all looked like a downmarket presidential reception committee, scrappy, sunburnt, and utterly outclassed. The driver of the Mercedes wore a dark suit and tie, and Florence Godden emerged from the front passenger seat as if stepping onto a red carpet, the white silk panels of her tunic floating around her like pennons. Gomez raced up, ears flapping, but to give Florence credit, she just removed one long crocheted glove, crouched down, and patted him until he lost all interest and went back to whatever nothing he was doing. Mattie gazed at Florence Godden in wonder, a genuine movie star, albeit one whose career had peaked long before Mattie was born. "My darling," sighed Florence at the sight of Hope, "how long has it been?" "Too long," said Hope, smiling, and embraced her godmother. "How wonderful to meet you all." Florence spoke with what sounded like a native English accent buried in a faux Texas drawl. "I see at once that my boys will be happy here." The attention of the receiving line shifted suddenly, as if following the ball in a game of tennis. Kit Godden climbed out of the back seat, and Mattie's expression shot into focus, something we hadn't seen in ages. For one thing, she almost never found herself the second best-looking person in a crowd, so meeting Kit must have been a shock. Mattie was accustomed to admiration, having just the right amount of curve, length of leg, largeness of eye, and generosity of mouth to cause men and women of all persuasions to stop, look once, look again. But Kit Godden was something else. Golden skin, thick auburn hair streaked with gold, hazel eyes flecked with gold, a kind of golden Greek statue of a youth. He wore an ancient polo shirt with an alligator on the left breast, baggy khaki shorts, and flip-flops. His longish hair sprang from his head like Medusa's snakes. Occasionally he raked it backwards with his fingers. In my memory he seems to glow. I can shut my eyes and see how he looked to us then, skin lit from within as if he'd spent hours absorbing sunlight, only to slow release it back into the world. His voice was golden, too, low and intimate, not squabbly and peevish like ours. Kit Godden turned his gaze on each of us in turn, smiling a smile full of light. There was self-assurance in his voice, in the requirement that everyone lean in a little to look at him. Mattie was introduced first, and Kit solemnly offered her his hand. I expected a flash of lightning from the collision of hot and cool, or an earthquake at the very least. Within 4 seconds, he had charmed her practically to death.